All are good.
Yesterday we filled your comprehensive questionnaire. It was really good.
Yes. Yeah, I have. I will talk about that today also. Yeah.
Actually, Sandeep Bhatt sir gave me your reference and he asked me to convey his regards.
Acha, okay. Yeah. Please convey my regards also to him.
Sure, sir. Sure,
Yeah.
sir.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah. Good morning. Good morning, Parul madam.
Yes, sir. Very happy to have you with us today.
Yes.
And I know how much work you have been doing single handedly, one man army
Yeah.
at the Department of English.
Yeah. Yeah.
And today I am sure we would have lots of things to learn, but would be very challenging to implement
Yeah.
based on the
That
amount of
is.
knowledge that you are going to share, sir.
Yeah, that will be. That is what we'll concentrate on. Yeah. How difficult and challenging things are. Yeah.
Ji, sir.
Yes.
Challenging, but I think it must be possible to implement also because that's why you are with us.
Yes. Yeah.
You
Like
must
so.
have implemented with lot many challenges, no?
So that is what I want to share, that what we are doing here and things are possible. Like it is not that it is impossible. Yeah.
True.
It is
Difficult but
difficult,
possible. Yeah.
challenging also, but not impossible. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
So when are we supposed to start? Yeah.
I think we can start now. It's already 10:30, sir.
10:30. So I hope everybody has joined also. Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Okay, so a very good morning to all the participants. A very first request I would like to make that if you all can keep your camera on, it will be very good. So if you are in a convenient position and if you can keep a camera on, then I request you to put your yeah, thank you. I'm getting many. Dr. Ramesh Chaudhary is there. Mr. Ankur Amin is there. Yeah. I think Kusum Lata, Komal Mistry, Dr. Nilesh Gajjar, yes, Bhavna Patel. Yeah. Thanks for putting. If everybody is putting, it will be good if you can put the camera on while we are undergoing the session. Okay. Okay, so right now I think we are 90, so maybe probably 17 participants have joined so far. I'm informed that there are around 22 participants. Yeah? Is it true? Yeah, 22. Yes, Kamini Madam has nodded that there are around 22 participants there. Uh, a few of them have not, like Parul Madam or I think Nitesh Patel. Yeah, then Rajeshwari Patel, Amit Bhaumik, Shabana Anjum, they have not yet put their camera on. So I hope they are listening to us, or maybe their camera, their mobile phone is learning about e-content and MOOC, and maybe their mobile phone will teach them later on that how things are to be done. Out of our experiences, like I want to share more things about dealing with e-content when I got a project from UGC and MHRD. We worked on that, and then what are we doing with that e-content now? That also I want to. So pedagogical usage of e-content. That is what I want to concentrate on. I have seen the schedule and I have come to know that there are very interesting topics, and you might have learned a lot about like what is MOOC to how the MOOC can be created or developed, And from there to various animations and other things are also, there were sessions on VFX and other things. So that's very high end of technology, which perhaps you might have realized that you require a technical assistant also for using the high end of technology. That is, at least I have experienced that when I go for like very, very beautiful animations or VFX and other thing, then it is not possible for a subject teacher to concentrate a lot into those aspects there. So we have to hire the services, we have to do outsourcing in many ways also. What normally I personally have concentrated is like trying to be Atmanirbhar or trying to be self-reliant with our subject and the available technology, with whatever technology is available. Because in like all the locations, we will not be able to get experts who can deal with beautiful animations and VFX for our content creation. We may have to travel to big cities like Ahmedabad or Mumbai or New Delhi, or maybe not possible in even A-grade cities also. So looking at that limitation, I have tried to look at the idea that what we can do in our own environment and how we can work with the e-content. And our pedagogy is always very important for us to deal with the thing. So if I deal with English language and literature, I try to see that how the technology can be useful in creating content for me, which becomes my e-content or digital content there. The same way you all also belong to separate subjects, and you are the best judge that how you can use technology or electronic devices, digital tools to convert your text into e-text or convert your material into e-material in different capacities. But very importantly, we all have to remember that ultimately everything is done not only to glamorize the students. It is not only to like make something only attractive, but it should have a learning objectives. There should be the learning objectives which should be fulfilled. So pedagogical concern becomes very important in this aspect. The survey link which I have shared yesterday, and I asked to share with all the participants, I got 13 responses in that. 13 responses. So we'll come to that somewhere in midway or by the end of our session. So by that time also, I would request those who have not given their responses, if you can give. I'm putting it in the chat again. So if you have not given responses to that, then I request you again to give your responses. So maybe 9 of you are still there to give the responses. 13 responses we have received. So I have put it in the chat. So you can do multitasking simultaneously to overview that also. We'll come to that part of the things also. Okay, so let me share my PPT and yeah, I'm sharing a few slides also here. So by and large, my concern here also is to deal with this pedagogical usage of e-content there. But before we go into that, let us clarify some of the concerns which might be troubling to all of us. Like still, we know that we have very traditional questions which we used to have 10 years back about infrastructure, about availability of devices to students and many other things also. So very quick overview that, well, all these things we keep in mind, and keeping all those concerns in mind, we are looking at e-content or technology into the classroom environment there. So if I put Bloom's learning hierarchy and Maslow's need hierarchy, I know very well that Bloom speaks about educational needs and necessities, and he says about from remembering to creating a content we have to lead. And today people talk that if we bring in technology in our classrooms, then we can do this in a more effective manner also. It is possible to do it more effectively, and getting to the evaluation or analysis or creating part of Bloom's learning hierarchy is possible with the help of technology in a more effective manner. But we know that Maslow is very, very important. Our physiological needs, our safety, securities, our belonging, our self-esteem, and our self-actualization, they are more important than Bloom. And so if we do not have, for example, physiological needs like air, water, food, shelter, then it is not possible for us to talk about self-actualization. So desire to become something with the help of education, what we want to do is that we desire to become something. When we educate other people, students, they also are in a process of self-actualizing something. But then those learners will not be able to reach at the pinnacle of pyramid if their basic needs, safety needs, and that are not fulfilled. I'm not talking here about love, belonging, or esteem right now. I'm just talking about this. So here the air, water, food, shelter is technology, like Wi-Fi enabled campuses, devices, and other things which should be made available there. We know that there are many people still in India for whom technology is a distant dream. Though the number of people are decreasing very fast, they are still in smaller pockets only, not widely spread across the globe. We can say that we have more spaces where technology is available. When I say that, well, now we have more spaces where technology is available, the people are...
Sir,
Yes?
Sorry, sir, your slide has not been changed. Yes, now it has been changed. Previously, it was the first slide. Sorry.
Okay, it was not changed. Okay, let us thank for sharing or informing that. Yeah, okay. Okay, let me share again that. So you are seeing only the first slide. Yeah? Yeah, let me share this. Yeah, this was the first slide. This was the second. Are you able to see this slide? Yeah, hello? Yeah.
Now it is fine, sir. We can see Maslow.
Yes, sir.
This was what I was talking, Bloom and Maslow. Okay? This. And then I came to this slide. Okay? Self-actualization and other things there. Okay, let me put this things open on my mobile also, so I also can see what you are seeing on the other side there. Okay, so yeah, okay, I'm joining this. So this was the another side, then from physiological need to the self-actualization, when we were talking or looking at that, how one can see that becomes necessary. So we are very much aware that this need that people are hungry, and that is there, that is a reality also. I have asked to join from another device, so if anybody is there on this as a host, then you can give me an entry into this, so I can keep a check on what is visible also. Yeah, so this was what I was talking that. So we know that, but as I said, that these spaces are decreasing very fast, and we are seeing that we are moving towards a time where there are more people having technology also now. So when we think of e-content and other things, we keep in mind that there are people who may not be able to access our e-content or technology, but we know that those people are in minority, and the other people who has got that, they are in majority. If minority majority, we think in terms of 51% and 49%, then also, but I know that it is 80-20%. There are several surveys being done during Corona times. It also has said that 75-80% of the people can access. I'm talking about higher education things, not about schools and those spaces, but I'm just joining from the other device also. Yes. Okay. And okay, so I can see now the slides visible to everybody also. Yes, so that we keep in mind all those things also. So when it comes to the case of Gujarat, for example, then in colleges, higher education, again, the concentration, then we see that government of Gujarat started giving tablets to the students, and around 19, when we came down to 2019-20, almost everybody at the UG level were having tablets. Almost 98-99% of the people were having tablets, and so many colleges were Wi-Fi enabled also. That also was there. But what happened during Corona time was not a good use of all those technologies also, or the way people were working on digital devices and all those things that were not up to the mark. That also we know. So if the conclusion comes that technology will not work or e-content will not work, well, fine, it is not going to work as such, because what we were doing was more of a emergency remote teaching rather than online teaching, or maybe the basic concept of MOOC or e-content and its pedagogical uses were not understood, and so things have failed rather than it has failed because of technology. Maybe it has failed because we were not able to use it in a proper way, or perhaps we're not having instructional design and pedagogy to understand all these things also. It was a very temporary shift towards that idea. Now, we know that we need to create a very robust educational ecosystem, and we have to plan a lot many things in a newer way if we want to implement MOOC or e-content to some extent in our environment also. The experience of Corona time is very helpful to us, and we will have to agree that we have failed in Corona time. We have failed desperately in earning a good result. So that all goes against the idea of MOOC or e-content also. And learning from that, we'll have to think of pedagogical usages and the needs and necessities also. When we look back at this is quite an old infographic given by UNESCO, that when we think of technology usage, we have to think of pedagogical usages also. Without pedagogical usages, it is going to be incomplete. And that is what by and large has happened, that we concentrated more on technology, less on pedagogy. So when we are emerging and then applying and then infusing and then transforming, if we are climbing this ladder, then if we are specializing in the use of ICT, are we creating innovative learning environments or not? That question becomes necessary. Are we creating innovative learning environment, or it is still facilitating learning? Facilitating learning is also at a higher level, but our goal is creating innovative learning environments. And again, the stress is not on teaching, it is on learning. So this is a big shift that one has to keep in mind, that it is going from teaching to learning, and learner-centered things and everything is emerging in a much bigger way. Learners also have to change their habits of doing the things. Our things have failed. Most of this online things are failing, or live interactions and other things are failing. One of the reasons for that is this, that as a learner, we are still not acquiring some of the skills and what things are necessary. As I told early in the very first instruction, that keep your cameras on if you are able to do that. So now that is a very, very basic thing. If we do not face each other, if our faces are not visible, then learning cannot happen. That we have to keep in mind, that traditional classrooms, what is important is we are able to see each other. Teacher's body is visible. Teacher's gestures are visible. Here also, like when I sit here, still only my half bust is visible. My full body posture is not visible. So even in e-content, I have to take care of this, that how can I see that like the maximum part of teacher's body is visible as it is visible in classroom environment. And learners are visible before. Now, if my learners in the classroom will say that I want to sit beneath the bench, I don't want to show my face, then I would say that, well, it is not possible. You can't sit beneath the bench. You have to sit on the bench. And even if, like, for example, if you are having a gungat or a burqa, I will say that in the class, you have to keep your face open. You can't sit with a gungat or a burqa in the class, because as a teacher, I want to read what you are learning. And that is shaping on your face. In your eyes, there are questions which teacher is reading. So without that, things is not going to work. And that we have to keep in mind when we think of e-content and other things. Otherwise, we are going to fail. And when we think of creating innovative learning environments, second important thing is that what our learners are doing with technology also, how interactively they are participating. That is very important. So somewhere we will reach towards the idea of digital portfolio. That digital portfolio, another thing, how they are significant or important there. So are students actively engaging themselves through technology, the medium of technology, with the material, that is e-content, and then the test, all 4 quadrants, which we all are aware now about, 4 quadrants. So with all those 4 quadrants, how the learners are engaging themselves, that will be very important to be seen there. When we think of technology, when we think of e-content or MOOC, we are integrating technology. We are not using only technology. It is not random use of technology, but it is very planned and purposeful. We know at which level the MOOC will be effective and where it may fail, where I will have to blend something with MOOC or even with e-content. Some blending of traditional teaching methodologies will be required in either MOOC or in e-content also. So the surveys of the MOOC outcome, like for example, Coursera, which is a very huge platform of MOOC. Swayam in India also is there. Then EDX, Harvard University's EDX is another huge platform of MOOC. Their outcome is that there is a large amount of fallout or dropout. So if there are 10,000 students joining, hardly 1,000 or 20%, 2,000 of them are passing or completing the course with 70-80%, which is necessary. The others are not able to do that. The others are failing to do that also. So that is a very significant part of the thing also. I'm also seeing that I think Dr. Nilesh is busy with some other talk also, maybe along with the thing. Or yeah, Dr. Nilesh, are you able to listen to me? Yeah, maybe he has muted also this. Yeah, Dr. Nilesh. Yeah, if you are there, you can let me know. Now, see, these all are the limitations. So we do online training programs, and at the end, nobody is going to learn what is e-content or what is MOOC. And then we will say that, well, technology failed. You know, it is not technology that is failed, but it is, as a learner in an online platform, we don't know what we are supposed to do. So we are failing technology. Technology is very good. See, my entire day is saved if I have to come to Vidyanagar, and then right now, like cultural activities are going on. So at 12 o'clock, I will go to department, and then youth festival things are happening. So I will be a part of that. So I can, in the morning, I have done some other work. This I will do in this. So it's beautiful, wonderful, but we are failing it because we still don't understand that here, what way we are supposed to learn the thing. And our students also do not understand because of the same reasons. And so these are the reasons that why these things are failing there. So because UGC makes it mandatory that people have to do one online training program, so HRDCs are conducting and we are getting a certificate. But if our process will be only hunting certificate for API points, even after 10 years, we will be at the same place where we were in 2000. Where we were in 2000, we will be at the same place even in 2030 also. If we will not concentrate on this. So this is something significant. Just 2 days back, I was with Mumbai University HRDC, and Mumbai University HRDC has made it compulsory for everybody to keep cameras on when they attend it. I also was with Nagpur University HRDC. Refresher courses are going on at various places. There it was not compulsory. So when suddenly I told, then somebody were walking, people were in their car, some were on bike. So they were in informal environment. They were very much in informal environment. So like Throughout the course, they might be listening to the talks in a very informal environment. Learning can never happen. That we all know. We all are teachers for many years. We know that if our student sitting in the classroom is just checking a WhatsApp, physically present student, if checking a WhatsApp, we know that he is not learning. He cannot learn. So even in an online mode with the camera off, I'm talking with somebody in my office, or I'm doing some other paperwork and other thing. We know learning can never happen. This all projects are bound to fail also. Well, so that all are very important points we have to keep in mind when we look at the success rates of MOOC or e-content also. So this is integration is very planned and purposeful. We have to think a lot about what will be the classroom environment, what are learning objectives, and what are my goals. Why am I not able to fulfill those goals in my traditional classroom? There are time constraints, and can technology help me overcome time constraints? There are problems of engaging people even in real classroom environments. Can I bring in technology or e-content to engage them in a more meaningful way? Yes, then e-content is important. Otherwise, it is not. And we know that in our traditional classrooms also, we are not able to engage everybody meaningfully in the classroom interactions. It is not, everybody is not getting, because there will be few first benchers who will be raising their hands time and again and giving answers to us whenever we ask. But it will be 10% only. You all will know 10 to 20% people only meaningfully engages in physical classrooms. In online, even 10% are not engaging in that. So even in the traditional classroom, I want to see 100% participation, which is very challenging. Technology is helping us in doing so. We need to blend and do several things in that way also. So that integration we think of in a bigger way. We need to think of instructional design when we think of MOOC or e-content, and how this instructional designers will say that how things are created and delivered, learning products are delivered to the learners, and what amount of engagements that happens. So here instructional designers are architects of learning experience. See, this learning experience in traditional classroom, what kind of learning experience we have? When it comes to an online mode, what kind of learning experience we think of, what we want to give to our learners there. So teachers are now becoming architects of learning experiences in MOOC and e-content. Now, this is a very huge shift from what I was doing in traditional classroom. Maybe our environments are teacher-centric. So when my learners do not have a good experience, I blame learners. I don't blame myself. I say it is not teacher problem, it is learner problem. That is what normally we do. So we don't concentrate on learning experience. We concentrate on teaching experiences only. That what is my experience as a teacher, but rarely in traditional classroom also. What were the limitations of teaching the traditional classrooms? They all are also coming in our online classes also, or in our e-content also. And it is multiplying now. In the MOOC, it is multiplying. So the limitations which were 10 to 20% in physical classroom, it is becoming 100% or 40, 60% in the MOOC environment. Then the directors of the instructional systems, processes, that is design process, that also we are. So teacher's role is from teaching to a creator, from looking at the delivery of content to an architect of something, a director of the system design is changing, and this things also becomes very vital also. Another very important point, which is this, that traditional classrooms were working on the pedagogy of behaviorism. Skinner and they were the psychologists who gave this idea of behaviorism, and traditionally our things were working on behaviorist design. So if I prepare a textbook, if I'm writing a content for textbook, a printed material, behavioristic design is controlling many of those things, how that textbook will be used in the classroom, physical classroom. For an e-content or a MOOC or a blended learning or a technology intervention, we need to think of constructivist design. Constructivist design is necessary there. And here it is Lev Vygotsky, psychologist, Russian psychologist Lev Vygotsky has given this idea of constructivism, social constructivism. So it supports natural complexity and content, avoids oversimplification, multiple present, multiple perspectives, engages knowledge construction. That all becomes very important in this there. It supports collaboration and other things also. So from individual competition to collaborative things, that is where constructivist design is moving. Now this last point, if we will see, here there is individual learning and competition, here it is collaboration. Now what problem comes? What are the problems that we face when we think of e-content and MOOC? Is that we are not able to overhaul the entire system, education system. And we are not able to make meaningful changes in examination systems. So even if the learning process is moving from traditional classroom to blended to hybrid to flipped classroom to MOOC or e-content kind of a thing, even if it is moving in that direction, exams still are individual learning and individual competition. So an individual student is not supposed to collaborate with anybody in examination hall. Now that is a huge challenge. So if you all want to teach collaboration, our exams should also be collaborative. It should be project based. It should be where people are working in and where it is not an individual competition. So if we will not be able to change our examination systems and will not convert it into collaborative model, again our MOOC idea or e-content idea, they are going to again fail. See what we do in our Swayam platform, that after learning you will have to go to a center and there individually you will have to give an exam. So that is traditional exam, and then you get a certificate. Now this blend is a very we can say a terrible blend of things. All the benefits of constructivist design is not possible if we do not allow learners to study remotely, work out remotely, and work in an open environment, open book, open internet, take help of anybody, and then give us your assignment, which should be very qualitative, which should be very innovative, and all those things that we require for that also. But we will have to allow them to be in an open environment to work for their examinations also. If we make them in a classroom, in a closed environment, then again things are failing. All things are for the openness for which e-content is coming. So that again another limitations, that is pedagogical limitations. We see that we are not able to change the entire system of education, and so these things are not working effectively also. If you see presage variables of this technology assisted learning materials and the traditional teacher, then in traditional classroom, teachers' formative experience was very important. Teacher training were very experienced, and their experiences were very important. Teacher properties like personality, traits, abilities, attitudes were very important in traditional setup. Now in this program attributes, like MOOC is a program which is teaching somebody, or e-content is somewhere where self-learning has to happen, where teachers are converted into material developers. And then there is a collective experience of material developers is very important. Ideas of models and instructions are very important here. Which model is working? Which models of instruction will work in my environment, with my subject? It may not work with mathematics or physics, perhaps, or economics. So that I have to think of. And technical affordness, that what way my learners will be convenient in using technology, what is convenient to them, in which environment, that also becomes very important there. But when we try to look at e-content, then we have to blend both these things. Teachers' formative experiences, teacher training experiences, teachers' properties, personality traits, abilities, that if it comes also, what all the good aspects of this traditional teacher role, if they are included in this e-content development, where you are a material developer, you are looking for the models of instructions, technological affordness, then it may become meaningful also. So that is a very significant part so far as pedagogical usages of e-content are concerned, we have to take care of. I'm skipping this slide in case I will share a PPT if anybody is interested, and one can little bit in detail. One can go into the difference between instructional designer, instructional technologist, and educational technologist also. Right now, I'm skipping this part here. Uh, Now, the another point which becomes very important here is this also, that we don't prepare e-content only for MOOC or e-content which is to be dealt in an independent way. So our purpose of e-content is going to be useful for blended learning. UGC has proposed a kind of an IPSIT model for blended learning. And if this will become a reality, then we will come to an idea. We will come to the point where our 30% of syllabus will be run in online mode. This is what UGC is proposing in this concept note. So it says that when you make a syllabus, you make a syllabus in such a way that at least 30% of the syllabus is learned, not taught. We can add teaching also in online mode, but learned in an online mode. So either a MOOC platform or e-content. If you are able to, then Swayam also can be used, or you can develop your own platform for a MOOC. And then also you can work on that. And that's why we have done this survey, that if you want to work independently of Swayam in your own way into your environment, then also some things are required, which we will throw some light on that also. But if this model is being implemented, or if universities want to accept this, that let me see that 30 to 40% of my syllabus is learned online, then e-content is prepared for this 30-40% of the syllabus. So 70% is face-to-face, and other 30% is done in an online mode. The range is quite interesting. It says that you can also convert 70% self-learning mode or online mode or e-content mode, and 30% face-to-face also. It depends upon the teacher. It depends upon the nature of the subject, the likeness of the teachers, and depends on all those things. One can see that how this can be worked out. So if I think that my subject can be taught 70% online, and then 30% we will come together in the classroom, then it can be modeled in that way also. Or if some teachers say that no, mine can be only 70%, 70% we have to be face-to-face, only 30% online. That range is up to the teachers. It is up to the teachers in the concept, not on the paper. It is not in reality. In reality, we don't know how universities will execute this plan. But this is this model, IPSIT model, where identifying resources and learner-centered activities, provide resources and announce activities on learning management systems, scaffolding and support the learners, identification of learning gaps and feedback, and testing and other things also. That all becomes very significant here in this model. Lots of things are required for that: infrastructure, resources, pedagogy. But right now we are not going into deep into those things. When they talk about resources for ISPIT, they have talked about these things, where the theme of our short-term training program becomes meaningful also. They have classified online courses into variety of nomenclatures. Like MOOC is there, massive open online courses, but then there are MOOCs also. So it is a small private online courses, Then there are MOOCs, like synchronous massive online courses, where things are like online. Like right now we are on synchronous online course. But if I have recorded my video and given to you to watch, then it might be asynchronous. Right now we are on this mode, synchronous massive online course. Then synchronous small online course, and then CMOOCs, connectivist MOOC for the open courses, and various media applications also become significant part. Now it depends upon teachers whether they want to go for a huge MOOC or one can go for SSOC, synchronous small online course, also can be taught by the teacher. Everywhere e-content will be required. One will require e-content in various modes for all these things. Also, resources will be required, like virtual labs will be required. If it is sciences and experiments are required for science or physics, biology, then maybe virtual labs or the labs which has a camera which can record the things as well as transmit the things to the online learner. So virtual labs or physical labs with a very good network of camera can be used out for them. For the practical purpose, distance online mode, hybrid courses, pedagogy will be required, and training for the thing, for which we normally are meeting by through HRDC for various kinds of trainings and understanding of those things also there. Now let us come to our survey to see what is the outcome of our survey. Let us try to see what is the outcome of our survey, and see. So then we can continue with the things there. So so far I have received 14 responses. 13 were there. One link I shared here. One more response I got from there. So I can request to I will share this link with the organizer, SPU University HRDC, also, to see that who are the participants who have not responded. We can ask them what are the reasons, were there any technical reasons, or but then their reasons also will be very valuable to look at e-content or MOOC also. So if teaching fraternity is not able to fill a form, online form, and not able to give response, then it is a grave concern that with this way we are not able to get any success with MOOC or e-content. If we are not able to like motivate our teachers to give online feedback in survey form or other things, then perhaps still there is something lacking. Some change in attitude or aptitude is required, or deeply something is very wrong with the thing, with something that is connected with teachers' mindset or other thing, and we need to like relook at that idea, why that is happening. Because if we have failed in a significant way in Gujarat to see the end result in a more positive way, it is not because of infrastructure and other things. It is by and large because of teachers' attitude to look at technology. We know that technology has changed all the walks of life, but academia is the last thing that is yet not changed. People think of a very rural community and they think that, well, rural people don't use technology, the remotely located villagers and their kids, they don't have, well, that's fine. But if you see agriculture, then the rural people have adopted technology in a bigger way. They don't resist tractor. They don't resist tractor. They have moved from animal husbandry to the technology in forms of tractors and submersible pumps to draw water from the well. Way back, rural people have adopted technology, and that's why we have seen green revolution. Green revolution we have seen, and we have all those advantages because of that. So I may not be convinced with the idea that rural people are slow in adapting to technology. I give example of agriculture. No, they are not slow. They are adopting technology there. So they may adapt to this new technology also. Even in the urban spaces, big cities, urban spaces in Gujarat, we have seen that teachers are not still using technology. They don't have any problem of electricity failure. They don't have any problem of network. They have a very good 4G network. Many of the teachers are in Wi-Fi enabled campuses. Universities normally are providing all this thing. Even UGC under the grants, universities have also provided laptops and devices also to teachers. And so in Gujarat and many states like Gujarat in India, there are no problem. 2 days back when I was having a talk with Mumbai University, there were teachers from Sikkim and Nagaland or Assam also. Yes, they still had a genuine problem. It is a mountain terrain, And because of that, network issues will be there. State government has not provided devices to students. Like in Gujarat, it is already provided. And so if they say it is fine, they say, but in Gujarat, if higher education teachers say that there are this or those reasons, then it is not believable. It is not believable. So that way we need to see also. So let me share a screen to see our result, and let us try to get some outcome from that also. I'm sharing a screen again. Yeah. Okay, so this was the survey form which I shared with everybody, and we got 14 responses. One of the graphics presented here was talking about this. So we know that all these things we were doing in traditional mode, like we are teacher, we are mentor, we are creator, we share, we write textbooks also many a times, we collect and curate, we host and help, we write and publish also. That all we do, but in a traditional mode normally we do. Now the point comes about whether in online mode we have a habit or not about doing this thing. That was one concern that was asked there. Our more important questions apart from all these things are like in this we have all the people from Gujarat, so we don't have any participants. So like we perhaps have no chance to complain about non-availability of technology as such. Maybe 10% of us might have some problem, but by and large we have a good amount of technology available in our state. The questions, the important questions which we come down is this. Do you have a blog? So like those who responded, they all said no. So can we conclude that all the participants, they don't have a blog? In case you have, you can unmute and tell also, or you can put a comment also. In case you have, but you have not filled the form, then you can see this if you have that concern. So that one more chance I can give, that if you still have a blog, nothing, but you have not filled the form, you can give. Otherwise, I will conclude that in this batch, people don't have a blog. Then website was asked. The website also nobody has. And video sharing platform, when it comes, 2 of you said that you have a web video sharing platform like YouTube or other things. But one link I got, that link is not properly shared. So can I suggest this participant to share the link again? Because it is giving studio link. If you see studio.youtube, so only you can see, but we cannot access this studio. So if there are these participants are there on the other side.
Sir, with
Yes.
respect to website, I do have website.
You have a website? Yes.
Yeah, but the domain name has not been renewed, so the link is not available due to institutional policy. We lost it.
Achha, so you were having a website, but now domain name is not revived, so it is not visible.
Otherwise, it is. It's not responsive website, but then we have entered all our details, including the work have been done, inter-institution, everything. So it was to be maintained by us only.
Achha.
We were trained and we were maintaining on it. So that part I'm familiar with.
Achha, so why is now not visible it right now?
Sir, I changed my job. I joined SP University recently. So earlier it was there with my previous employer's domain.
Okay, so from previous domain you were working, from employer's domain. Now this is very important concern, yeah, because what we want to see is that being Atmanirbhar, self-reliant. So even if you rely on institute or other thing, then
But
you never know where.
That was mandate, sir. It was mandatory. So you do not have liberty. You have to.
You have to do only through that only. Yeah. So now these all mandates which are there. Now how one can overcome as a teacher? We have to think that. You have to keep that another plan of the thing, that if someday I am not in this, then how it can be worked out there.
Sir, actually, in our previous employment, we were with SEMCOM, Komal madam, myself, Ankur sir. Ankur Amin. So their teaching through tab, that was 3 to 4 years they used that technology where all our lectures were live recorded and distributed to the students in their registered devices, that is a laptop, smartphone or tablet. Then we were using educational ERP. One of our alumnus created that and he donated it to the alma mater, and we were using that educational ERP also. And we all the staff members had their own website created by our institute. So when we change our employment, we shifted to department, and that's why no longer that website is active for us.
Okay. Yeah. So were you given a chance to?
To add to Kamini ma'am's comment, even we were being trained for editing our own videos, which were being recorded. So we were trained for that. Almost all of our syllabi as per the curriculum were there on that portal.
It is now CENCOM's property. All our teaching videos which has been recorded, it is still there, but for all of the subjects, all subjects which we were teaching, but that is CENCOM's property. So it is no longer with us.
With us, no? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Now, so yeah, that's a very interesting point. Now, you might be aware that Edmodo is now going off now. So what these companies do? These are all private companies. They give an opportunity to all the users to download their material. They give 2-3 months time that your content you can get it off, and then we will shut it down there. Now we need to have these clauses with self-finance institutes also, or any institute like UGC or our traditional setup in state universities also, that when teachers are creating content, it is their right also over that content. It is not completely fully the right. So teachers should be given an opportunity that, well, institutes can keep on using, but if teachers want that content for their own platform, then they cannot deny that. They should not deny that thing. That is also something significant that we need to think of when we look at the policies and other thing, because all these things are coming through policy matters, whether it is blended learning, UGC policies are coming, e-content, MOOC, there are policies there. And we need to see this, the teachers who keep on changing their institutes, their material should remain with them. Otherwise, suddenly one day we are completely blank. Lots of work is done and then it is not. This is one of the reasons that in a state university, while we are working, we are free. We are not tied by the ropes in that way, that you have to do it through this only. So we can have our own YouTube channel, we can have our own Google Classroom, we can have our blogs, our website. This freedom is very important. When we talk about openness and other thing, then teachers are given freedom. But our concern is that with all this freedom, how many teachers in state universities are doing all these things? With all this freedom also, how many teachers are really doing? Then again, we find that it is still not happening there also. Okay, so anybody else? I'm still not getting anything. So apart from 2 participants like Dr. Kamini Shah and Dr. Komal Mistry, others do not have a blog or a website. Right now, nobody is owning that, or even YouTube channel. One person has given a link. If you can put a proper link, we can have an overview of the YouTube channel also to see something there. Otherwise, we can say that it is still not there. Okay, let me share again our outcome. So we find that right now, blog, website, or YouTube video sharing platform is not available with most of the teachers. I'm skipping some of these questions. And I'm coming down to well, OBS, some of you are using, that is good. Some of you said you are using DroidCam also is there, and digital portfolio. And if I get any link of digital portfolio there. Okay, so no, right now there are no links of digital portfolio available here. I have translated. Okay, yeah, fine. You have translated and recorded the lectures, but right now they are not uploaded yet. Okay, fine. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So we'll come to digital portfolio also later on. Now the concern that we see here, that as we think of this e-content creation and MOOC, and when we are training teachers for becoming e-content creators. Yes, Parul madam, do you want to say anything or by mistake?
No. By
Okay, yeah, fine. Okay, so this concern also. So we think that teachers of 21st century, in their toolkit, several things are required, necessarily required things there. And that is where let me share a slide again to come to that point. We normally see that this is a survey that I have done with many of the teachers, and we find that blog, website, some of them have, or video sharing is also increasing after Corona time, but the number is very low. It is less than 10% also, where we are seeing this. So when we look at our digital pedagogy, also in terms of e-content and MOOC and other things also, we have to find our own model of working on this thing. And this is this model where at the bottom, CMS, LMS, content management system, learning management systems are very integral part. And I do believe that it should be under the control of teachers. Teachers should be working out, and it should remain the property of teachers also. So without the permission of teachers, the book publisher also cannot say that, well, now this book is mine, or I will publish with another name, we will use it, but your name will not be there. You will have no right over the book. That way, even a publisher cannot do with the content writer. So even in the online platform also. And that is why I personally started working on a personal YouTube channel or personal blog, and that instead of asking institute, because I know that even if institute will give me everything, I will not be self-reliant. I will someday when I want to leave the institute and move to the other place, nothing will come with me. That institutional email ID through which I have done everything will be lost to me. So this idea that teachers should be like self-reliant in working on their own models and their own platforms also. If some institutes are not allowing, then we can say that, well, I will be a part of that, but I want something for me also, that I want to keep my own things for my own branding also, like for a self-branding of a teacher also, their digital presence is necessary. So that for that also you require those things. So that can be negotiated with all the institutes there, and I don't think any institutes can force people to behave in a particular manner only. It becomes very controversial if that happens as such. There recently in Kolkata, when Xavier's College had questioned the Instagram post of one teacher, it became a kind of a controversial issue, that how far the institutes have a control over the teacher, because teachers are human beings and they have their own freedom also. So this way, then digital communication links, synchronous teaching, that are our live sessions, and asynchronous teaching, website sharing platform, and online lessons. Now our concentration right now for e-content is synchronous, asynchronous idea. That is what we want to concentrate here. So even if when we are dealing in the classroom environment, the recording of the classroom, can that be used as e-content or not? So then we don't have to work separately for e-content. And our classroom teaching and the interaction that happens in the classroom, that is synchronous F2F things, also gets converted into a beautiful content. And I have seen this with world-class universities, like for example, Yale University in America. And when their professors are teaching literary theory and criticism, like Deconstruction, other thing, it is the classroom things which are shared there. Well, there is one limitation with classroom interaction, that the classes are very long classes are there, but it can be sorted out. We have a way to look at that also, which I will share as an example also when we will see some of the samples there. But this one idea, synchronous teaching, is connected with e-content, and it has its own advantages and benefits also, and we'll try to discuss that with some examples there. So this idea about this model is very significant part of the thing there. Now, if teachers don't have a blog or a website, then they are not able to have a control over their content management system. So how would teachers be managing their content if they don't have a blog or a website? And these are very easy things. It is like within 3 minutes, one can learn how to start a blog or how to have a website also. And learning management system, Moodle is very popular, but nowadays Google Classroom is growing in importance. Even MS Teams is also growing in importance. And Google Classroom is very user friendly, and one can work with this also in a significant way. But we need to, like, this is the idea from where we need to enter into the idea of MOOC or e-content. All teachers should be equipped with basic tools, and these tools are having CMS and LMS with them, and then a video sharing platform that should be necessary with all the teachers before they enter into the e-content or the things also. We can suggest like to UGC that when they ask this certificate for API, that have you done online or any MOOC or other thing, we would ask that where is your blog or website or YouTube channel? Where is your content actually? If there is no content, certificate is of no use. Certificate is of no use if there is no content at the end of the day also. And content creation is not a difficult task as such, as because we don't go to the hiring of the services for wonderfully content, but something we can easily work out on. And when we see at this idea of assessment, this last point of assessment, we're looking at it, and Google Classroom idea when we're seeing, let me share this one example of Google Classroom, which many of you might be using as a learning management and other systems also. But what one can do with Google Classroom in a more significant way as a part of this assessment part or digital portfolio is something like this. Let me open this class. Now, in this Google Classroom, you will see grades or grade book. Grades or grade book will be visible here. And this grade or grade book will tell us that how the students are performing. How the students are performing. This is exactly learning management system. So Google Classroom is not only used for sharing content, but it is used for learning management. So as a teacher, I come to know that which student is not working. So you will see missing, red color missing against one student. Now it means that this student has not done any activities during the semester. So if I want to concentrate on slow learners or those who are not sincere learners, then learning management system helps me in doing this thing also, that which students are doing the work and who are not doing the work, that one can see in this. This is very important because just by making an e-content and sharing an e-content, our problems are not going to be sorted out. It is not going to be sorted out because even students will not watch our videos. They will not do anything with the videos. Then it's again a pedagogical concern that I make video, I make blog, I website, but nobody is interested in those kinds of things. So it's an issue of pedagogy. It's an issue of instructional design that one has to work out on. This learning management system is helping. When you monitor individual students, you can personalize your instructions for a particular student also, that, well, what is the problem? Why are you not doing? Others are doing. But if you're not able to identify that, then our e-content is not going to work also. And at the end of the day, we also can make a chart of Google Classroom performances in their marks, and we can say that which student has worked how. So this also keeps on motivating the learners to be active on the MOOC platform or LMS platform or in using e-content also. If we will not make a design where their experience of doing those things is meaningful. Now, those students who are at the top, they will be happy to see the chart. They will be more glad to share their learning experience with other people, that, well, working in this way, I was happy. And then we can say that almost 80% of the students are above 74%. So it means their learning experience was good, worth shareable, except for 3 or 4 who are lagging behind. Maybe only for them, this may be not be a very good experience, but for many, it can be a very good learning experience also there. There is the site of digital portfolio, which we work for our students, but we'll come to that later on there. I'm not concentrating on this idea of hybrid or blended or flipped right now. We're not talking. Let me come down to some of the examples which we want to see about e-content and those things there. Let me share again a new page to talk about some of the examples of how we worked on creation of e-content there. Okay, so I'm opening some of the pages. Okay, first of all, let me talk about the project in which we prepared some of the video resources. Let me share a screen. Resharing a screen. Well, so this is our mode of preparing videos. This was in 2010-12. This was like around now 10 years back. We worked on this things. So in this making of videos, our pedagogy was that first these topics were theoretical topics. They were not like a literary topic where literature or drama can be used, but it was criticism. So it was more of a theoretical concept where we were working. So for this idea, we thought of interview method as a pedagogical tool. And so there is a question being asked by one of the teachers, and then other teacher is answering that, or they are having interaction among themselves. That was the pedagogical model which was used for this. So in this video, first of all, they get a list of questions which are discussed in this small video of less than 5 minutes. This is ideally we have to make shorter videos. So this was done, and then these questions are also asked by the teacher.
Yes, Sachin. After reading 5.1, the problem of defining deconstruction, I have several doubts. Say, for instance, what
Now, again, another technical side, we used 2 or 3 cameras. So first was having a close-up, another is having a long shot. So you can see both the speaker. Then the first camera, and then editing we have to do. We have done editing and other things.
why is it difficult to define deconstruction? Secondly, the question comes is like, why is it not a negative term?
This is this close-up camera. So from a different angle, these things were done.
And the third point is like, how does deconstruction happen on its own? I would request you to elaborate a bit on this.
Thank you, Dilip. It's a very pertinent and important question, and often students are at loss when they try to grapple with the definition of term deconstruction in their career.
And we used this white background so that we can impose some text in that. So some animation, some text, some graphic, if you want to show, then this space was used where right now we see blue color text there. So that way the camera focus and other thing were thought there. So these were a few pedagogical tips. That one, we want interview method in this. Then secondly, we want to have a space where we can throw some animation, some graphics, some text and the thing there, and question answer mode. So simple questions which might be troubling to the students, like FAQs, frequently asked questions. So that kind of mode was used in creating e-content. So here we were not dealing with the entire text, but we were dealing with the problems that students might have in understanding a particular thing. So with this pedagogical idea, these videos were prepared there. And then how we use, like it is uploaded on the Sakshat portal also, which well people can see the video also, but how these videos are used. So then a teacher blog is there, teacher's blog, and on teacher's blog there is a textual content. Textual content is supported by the video resources. The video resources is again supported by online test and other things. So all the 4 quadrants. Here is a quiz there. So once the once the learners come on this quiz, they can also like have an access to the another quadrant. So when they fill this, just let me, they won't be able to go on the another side without it. So when they fill the things, they, even in the quiz form, they can watch a video and then they will get multiple choice questions. So their video is put here also, and then multiple choice questions are there. And then there is another thing about descriptive writing also is there. Descriptive writing is not auto tested, but still it helps in doing the thing there. So next, and then another video will be there and some questions will be there. So we try to incorporate all the 4 components in this. But what is used here, we have used blog as a platform to use all the 4 quadrants, and this being a part of syllabus is regularly being watched by students and activities are being done there. So how e-content is used in the class, that is this example that we can see here. Then let me come to this, that why do we do this also? For example, why these things that we do here? I'm going to share it. Now this is we used this e-content as a part of flipped learning, and again flipped learning has its own pedagogy. So pedagogical usage of e-content, which is created by us, and our concern is searching for questions. We are looking for questions. Now, one of the major thing that we all teachers suffer is that students don't ask things. Everybody is not asking. There are only few who are asking, but we want everybody to ask us questions. So that was the prime objective of using flipped learning and e-content and blog and other things there. So for this activity, what we require is when you are looking for the questions, this is required. You have a teacher blog, then you require learner activities after teacher blog, which we have already seen. Then learner activities are like, after watching these videos, learners will be doing some activities. So here instructional designs are required, and instructional designs like what learners will do while watching videos. So online tests, they will appear, and apart from that, we told them that while you work in group, work collaboratively, don't work isolated. Internet is open, books are open, your friends are open, take anybody's help. So collaborative learning you have to do. And while you are working in collaboration, one important thing you have to do, apart from appearing in online test and writing descriptive answers, is you have to come with questions. While watching the video, you should have some questions, and those questions are to be written in the classroom. When we meet face to face, at that time, you have to write those questions on the board. So we are blending now. Now from flipped learning, we have entered into pedagogy of blending the things also. So enthusiastically, students will come, they will write many questions on the board. And then there is discussion on questions. So our purpose was students come with questions in the classroom. Our e-content, our content management system blog, our 4 quadrants, they all are helping pedagogically us to achieve a particular goal. And that is to have questions and interactions in the classroom. So that is, now that is why we say that what is our pedagogical need that we have to ask ourselves when we look at e-content or MOOC or any other things also. So we get many questions in this way. So that is prime and very important thing here to be seen there. During this online classes of Corona, one of the very important challenge that we faced was this, that teachers' body is not visible to the learners. So teachers' board work is not visible. A body is not very important, but board work is more important. Because we know that traditional board work is very useful tool for teaching pedagogically. nobody can beat board work for all the subjects, whether it is economics, statistics, chemistry, physics, mathematics, English language, literature. Everybody requires board work, and we will never be able to replace boards from the classroom. That is necessary. So when we think of e-content, how we can use boards and the board work in the classroom, that also is very significant. So going for animations and VFX is good idea, no problem, we require that also. But something that is so good in traditional should not be lost. It should not be lost. And so we have to think of this. So we got this idea of learning glass. This is learning glass technology, which is very simple technology and which helped us a lot in live classroom also, and in recording the content also. So in creating e-content, when our need was board work. Now again, what is pedagogical need? Board work. Because in board work, there is a process. Everything is unfolding slowly and steadily. And that is where learners learn something significant. If I prepare a slide and throw, it is not going to work. But if I am working on the board while I'm doing the things, then it will work in a significant way. This is the end result. This is the end result of the glass board that we use. So whatever work we do, that becomes visible, and slowly and steadily the point is unfolding. It is unfolding, and so the learners learn in a more significant. Let me just come to this next slide. And so this learning becomes very significant, and slowly and steadily, when either business letters are taught or language is taught, or even poems are taught in our literature classroom, we need to do even for teaching of a poem. It is not that you just show the slide of a poem, but you write some important lines of poem, and then you work on that, and slowly and steadily you keep on talking about this. You keep on opening up a particular topic which you are opening. So that process of opening a topic through board work is very, very important. And I am for this, that our e-content should have board work also, along with VFX and animations, because board work is very meaningful, very useful tool, and should not be missed out also. Then, like for example, in our literature classrooms, we require to do board work. And along with board work, we also require to work on
science, literature,
on showing plays also, showing play or drama or other things also. We want to show the drama also. So we used OBS, learning glass. So 2 or 3 technologies are merged together for. Now this is even a live class also and recorded class also. So my synchronous online class is creating a content for me. My synchronous class is creating a content for me. So, and that content itself is so useful to me. That's why synchronous F2F classroom can be utilized for the creation of our e-content also. And when we merge these two things, OBS and learning glass, then it can be very live, as if people are standing and teaching there. So that is another way of looking at this also. This example I would like to share. This is again a very simple idea, but a very significant way of looking at it. Now, in this, what we used is a simple glass is used here as a creator, content creation, not much high-end technology there. But in this, we have 2 cameras we have used. One camera is, this is the laptop camera, and there is on the table, if you see, there is a glass, transparent glass, and over that there is a mobile camera. Over that there is a mobile there. So from both the things, the recording happens of the content. Now again, this is a live classroom where you are face to face with the learners in online mode, and it is also creating your content also. It can be recorded also. So you face the students.
Sir,
Hi, yes.
sir, could you please repeat what you have done here? I could not exactly follow what you did here on
Okay.
the table.
For that table, no? Okay, yeah. Let us see the result, and then I come to that. Okay. Let us see the result. I'll come to that. So then now, see, this camera is focusing on a paper. which will be used as a board by the teacher, and teacher will be writing on that. Okay? So again, all those teachers who are doing with mathematics, that they can use this. But my concern is that only doing this is not our concern. Only working on this is not. You have to keep on facing the learner time and again. So this pedagogical aspect should not be forgotten. That only working on a piece of paper is not the concern. Not only this, but in between, when you want to discuss something, when you want to talk with the people, when you want to ask your students something, then you are again facing your learner also. In between, you keep on facing your learners also, and you talk with them, you interact with your learners, and then again you work on your sheet also. So that is what is done here. And this is a very long video. This is a classroom interactions are rather long videos there. But what YouTube gives us is that we can chapterize our videos. We can chapterize a long video, like books have chapters. In a similar way, this. So if you will, in the description, if you will write the timestamp like 00:00 or the time, then that will be chapterizing the long YouTube video. So shorter video is better idea, but in case if we have a longer videos, then let us chapterize it. So in this description, if I want to go directly to this part of the video, I click and I come to that part of the video. And here also we see chapterization. All these things are rather chapterized in this video also. This all chapters are visible here. And again, if learner wants to go somewhere, then they can just click on this particular part and they will see that that part is playing there. So a longer videos is a problem, but the solution is chapterize the longer videos in your e-content with this feature of YouTube that is given. And here all the chapters are visible. Here all the chapters in this right hand side are visible. So if I want to go to this chapter, that will start playing in this content also. And now here we are completely Atmanirbhar in using this technology there. I'm coming back as there was this question about what is actually done in this. Let me come to that point to see. Yeah, let me share this. So what here I have explained a little bit in a better way, that idea. Two other technologies are used and explained here in this.
Yeah. Okay. So this is a digital viewer here, and this kinds of device, a simple device which has a kind of a document camera here, and a simple thing. It doesn't require any technology to be used. And you put any object on this. You can put a paper, and you can write on this. This camera will capture and will show live to everybody there. So this simple thing, if you want to put any objects, if you want to show anything, 3D objects also can be visible. And this device do not require any kind of high end of technology. So when we talk about equitable use of technology, when we think of digital divide, and the teachers who are not well versed in using great amount of technology, then simple device like this can be of great use. In case, if we think that, well, this also is little bit costly and where people can afford.
Now I am coming to that point, which was asked, I think Parul Madam has asked. So that glass idea, which I am explaining here now. Okay?
This or not, if that are our concerns, then I would recommend one more different thing here. And this is like, this is just a simple glass. This is just a simple glass here, and this glass you put it here. There is a piece of paper or the knot that I want to show here, and just by putting this, and if I put my just a camera here, and I can display the things. Putting a camera on this when I'm taking my live class. Or when I'm taking a live class, or I'm just recording a video here, and then below this I can write. I can write here things. So this is also the very easy technique. This is very easy technique that it is very simple kind of online teaching ideas, or pre-recording videos for that also, and it doesn't require any kind of technology, only this and a mobile phone, and you have glass board, you have digital viewer, everything into this thing also. So
I think that makes the point clear. Yes. Yes. So it's a,
Yes, sir, absolutely. That was really interesting. Matlab, I really wonder all the time, how do you manage actually everything? You should become a case study.
no, but fine, it is very interesting because we get a good result also from this. So a few other ideas, if we just very quickly have a look at this thing, then this I'm just skipping some of this point and coming to this mixed mode or hybrid mode. When we did
Bhakta was always a kind of a devotee.
Then what we want, like say 2-3 cameras. One camera is on the teacher and the board work that is happening there. One camera is on students. Students are there in the classroom. There is this another third angle of camera, and a few of the students might be online also. So these hybrid classrooms are for this blending. So the online students may also ask something. They might have a question. They are there, and then you are in your physical classroom where you are explaining those things. So those who are present there, they may also have some questions, and you manage online group, you manage offline things, and you use a projector in the classroom, you use a projector display in the classroom, and you use a green board also, or any other things that you want to do. The other things that you want to, then also that can be utilized. Now this way of creating a content may be a little bit problematic because 3-4 cameras are required. 3-4 cameras are required in creating a content for this. So, but well, we have done single-handedly without any use of any technical assistant. We worked on all these things there. But it is like this all are the ways that is in our classroom environment. Also can be a good environment to create a content while we are working on these things as such there. And yeah, let me share this. Students' involvement in creating the content also, students' participation also. So when you are dealing with a particular topic, and you have some interactions, and where while doing that you ask students, and then you are also recording students' participation also in the e-content here. So when there are students,
the solution. Same way, poet should write, but his emotion, personal emotion, should not be the work result.
Okay, so there is very interesting quote that poetry is not
Emotions into poetry, then how poetry or literature can get the new ideas in the new variation ways.
okay. That's a very interesting point that Eliot is talking.
Only about pastness, but it also about present.
Yes, it is not only about the pastness, but also about the present talent which was not following the footsteps of tradition of writing. That 1,000 times such films are made. But there is, so now we have.
That is, just for the sake of that, it is written that in Wikipedia, I have read this, that the Rabindranath is a poet that uses new word combines for great experience.
Now this idea, this idea I got from while doing some of the MOOCs, when I did a couple of MOOC from the world-class universities. So I have seen that they are using this kind of videos also for their e-content and for the MOOC, where the students students' interaction with the teacher also becomes the content for the classroom. So well, so these are some of the examples, and which I wanted to have a quick sharing with all of you. I am very thankful to SP University HRDC for giving me an opportunity to share some of my views with everybody. Everybody has again shut down their cameras. We need to change our habits, And without that, we are not going to have any good result with e-content or MOOC. We should see that this doesn't become only the process of hunting certificates and getting API points, but we learn also, and we put those things in effect in our classroom environment also. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Really very, very informative and I would say inspiring session. Sir, please share the challenges which you were facing while undergoing the whole process, and how much time consuming is it, and cost even.
Yes, yeah, it is. It is time consuming. Yeah, of course it is, and it is very troublesome also. Like for example, I am an arts teacher, so as such, we are a user of technology. We don't know the back end of technology. You have sessions with Dr. Mahesh Jiwani after lunch today, and we keep on taking help of people like Dr. Mahesh Jiwani or other people who are there whenever we are held up with those things. Apart from people like him and other people, YouTube and other things helped us a lot in solving our problem. So today it is good that whatever problem you have, you go with a question to Google and you will find an answer. That's why people have said that 21st century, when it will be information age, knowledge society, the problem will not be answers. The problem will be we will not have questions. So we need to teach our learners how to question. And once you have a question, there are answers. So once I go with a question to Google, YouTube, there are very beautiful videos being made. We get an idea to make a good video also, and we learn content also from that. And time you have to give, lots of time you have to give with all this thing. But end result is so satisfying that we do not regret for the time that is given for all this thing.
Sir, I guess it was more or less self-learning that you have done.
Yes, yes, self-learning.
Unless there is a willingness on the person, the part of the person, I think this is not possible. First is our willingness to do this.
Yes, that is what I made the point. The learner, we don't concentrate on learner abilities, learner's capacity, the hunger that learner has. And if we know that if you can make learners hungry for something, then only online things will work.
But then how do you arrange these 3-4 cameras in the class and all this?
Yeah, yes. So like we try it out, trial and error. Through trial and error we learn. And then there is a mobile phone which is used as a droid cam. So when we use droid cam in mobile, so it becomes a beautiful webcam also. Then we have digital viewer also. So we are not using DSLR or those cameras. These are all handheld devices that we use. And like all the students have cameras. So we have so many cameras in classroom. There are innumerable cameras now in classroom, but we are not using those cameras for our teaching learning purpose.
Okay.
Great. I think, sir, with all available resources, with whatever limitations we have in a university system, let us say, I think you are doing a great job.
In fact, while watching what you were discussing, while watching your videos, we were so happy. Then you must be feeling, obviously, it's a satisfying, fulfilling experience for yourself.
Yeah, that's true. Yes, yeah. That's true.
We got inspired that a teacher does so many things.
Thanks a lot. Thanks.
And facing challenges, and still it happens.
Yeah.
So it's a doable. Huh?
Yeah, it's doable.
Alright, sir. In case you want to share something, some material, I have just put my email ID in the chat box, or
Yes.
I'll WhatsApp you my email ID in case you want to share.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, please WhatsApp. I will share this PPT also. If participants are interested, I will share, and other video resources also I will link and share. Yeah.
Right.
Ma'am, Kamini ma'am, if you ask Bharan sir, everything and anything is doable as far as academia is concerned.
Oh,
He has got solution to all the problems.
good. So
And
that's why
since-
it's inspiring, no?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, since for quite a long time he has been single-handedly managing the department, and the volume of work that he has been doing is really amazing. Really amazing. That's why he should be a case study.
Yeah, that's right. Parul madam has said. So from 2009, I am heading the department, but I am the head and the tail. Everything I am. So the only person as such there. We keep on getting visiting faculties every year, but then as a full-time faculty, there is nobody in the department.
So even if you are administrator, the teacher in you is still alive. That's
Yes.
very good. That's very good.
That we have to keep alive. Yeah, that's for that we might have struggles with our administrative offices, but well, we have to say that I am teacher first, then I am other things. So you can keep on giving me memos for not coming in the meetings, but I should never get a memo for not being in the class.
Very true. Very true.
You can give me memos for not attending meetings. That is fine. That is my credit, I would say.
If madam, just a last point that I would like to make, if any of the PA team member meets Bharat sir, we won't be able to say at any point of time that inadequate staff is our weakness, because then they would say that, look,
In that way, I am a very bad example also.
yes.
We want human beings. Yeah, with more human resources, we can still do many more good things also. So that way, it should not be used as a wrong example.
No,
One person,
very
we can
positive.
run a department for 12, 13 years. Yeah.
Exactly,
No, but
sir.
then there are people who complains we have this problem, that problem. So you are a case study according to Parul ma'am, that how to face that and come out of it.
Right. Bharat sir,
Thank you, sir.
thank you very much. In fact, I just called him day before yesterday,
Yes.
and thanks for adjusting to our timings. It was not convenient to him for the first second class, but he first class, sorry. Then, but he said, okay, I'll do it for you. Thank you very much on behalf of HRDC, Sardar Patel University, sir.
Yeah. Thanks a lot. Okay, I'm leaving the meeting now.
Right, sir. Dr. Anwar Sheikh is already in the meeting. Sheikh sir, welcome.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Thank
Am
you.
I
Sir, who will
audible?
be introducing? Sir, 2 minutes. There is one coordinator. Who is the coordinator today? He is Rajneesh Bhai? Sorry. Hetal, Mr.